Good afternoon, children. Today we will discuss question answer of chapter Force and Pressure. Objective type question answer you will write in the book with the help of pencil, and descriptive questions you will underline in the book, and I will make you understand also, that you will write in homework notebook. Okay. First question is fill in the blanks. I will tell you the answer only. Okay, you will write in the book. Answer of first one is interact. Interact. Second answer, pull. Answer of second number is pull. Next, third, shape or its state of motion. Answer of third is shape or state of motion. Answer 4, contact force. In fourth number you write contact force. Fifth number, fill in the blanks. Fifth number you have to write electrostatic force. Electrostatic force. Sixth number, the atmospheric pressure decreases decreases as we move towards higher altitude. The atmospheric pressure decreases as we move towards higher altitude. Next question number B. अब आज fill in the blanks all of you have done. Now we will proceed to question number B. State true or false for the following statements. State true or false for the following statements. First is true. First statement is true. Second statement is true. Third statement is false. Fourth statement is false. Fifth statement is true. Sixth statement is false. Once again I am repeating. First true, second true, third false, fourth false, fifth true, sixth false. Now question number C. Tick the correct option. Tick the correct option. First one, last option is correct, D. First one, last option, D is correct. Second one, answer is B and D. B and D. Third, push the box. Answer is push the box in the west direction with a force of any magnitude. Push the box in the west direction with a force of any magnitude. This option is correct. Fourth number, option B is correct. Fourth number, option B is correct. That is, pressure at C is greater than pressure at B, and pressure at B is greater than pressure at A. So option B is correct. Question number 5. Answer is position B. Position B. Sixth number, correct option is atmospheric pressure. Correct option is atmospheric pressure. Question number 7. The pressure exerted is maximum when the breadth and height sides form the base. The pressure exerted is maximum when the breadth and height sides form the base. This one is correct option. Now you have written A, B, C. Now D. Question number D. Answer the following questions in brief. Answer the following questions in brief. Identify the agent exerting the force. Also state the effect of the force in each case. Also state the effect of the force in each case. First is squeezing a piece of lemon between the fingers to extract its juice. Squeezing the lemon between the fingers to extract the juice. Here the fingers are the agents. Fingers are the agents. That is, we are applying muscular force to squeeze the juice of the lemon. So fingers are the agents exerting the force. In this case, the force changes the shape of the motion. In this case, the force changes the shape of the motion. Next, a person diving into a swimming pool. A person diving into a swimming pool. The speed of the person is the agent exerting the force. The speed of the person is the agent exerting the force. Due to this force, water gets spilled. Due to this force, water gets spilled and shaken when the diver hits the water surface. When the diver hits the water surface. Next, a laborer moving a loaded cart. A laborer moving a loaded cart. The laborer is the agent of force. The laborer is applying his muscular force. So the laborer is the agent of force. Motion of the cart is the result of the force being applied. Motion of the cart is the result of the force being applied. Next, an athlete making a high jump to clear the bar at a certain height. An athlete making a high jump to clear the bar at a certain height. For jumping, the athlete pushes the ground. For jumping, the athlete pushes the ground. In reaction to it, the ground pushes the athlete. In reaction to it, the ground pushes the athlete, and he is able to jump to a certain height. And he is able to jump to a certain height. Next question. An object experiences. Next question D2. An object experiences a net non-zero force. An object experiences a net non-zero force. Is it possible for the object? Is it possible for the object to travel with a constant speed in a straight line? You will write for an object which is experiencing a net non-zero force. For an object which is experiencing a net non-zero force, it is possible to travel with a constant speed in a straight line. With a constant speed in a straight line, full stop. This can happen when the object is traveling. This can happen when an object is traveling at a certain speed. When the object is traveling at a certain speed, with zero acceleration, and there is no frictional force, to oppose the motion, Next question, D3. Distinguish between balanced and unbalanced force. You can write with book. A pair of force in which the resultant force is 0 is called balanced force. It does not cause change in the state of motion, but it can cause change in shape and size of an object. It is balanced force. In balanced force, the resultant force is 0. Now, unbalanced force is a pair of force which is of equal and opposite in direction. So, a pair of equal and opposite forces where the resultant force is 0. Is called balanced force. In balanced force, there is no change in the state of motion, but it can change the shape and size of the object. And in unbalanced force, there is change in the state of motion, and there is also change in shape and size of the object. So, it is given in the book. You can write with the help of book. It is given in keywords also. You can take help of keywords also. Next is D3. Second question. Distinguish between contact and non-contact force. Contact force is a force where there is a physical contact between the two objects, and then the force comes into play. Force comes into play when there is a physical contact between the two objects, like muscular force and frictional force act when there is physical contact between the two objects. You have seen the horses, the oxen or reindeers, they use their muscular force to move the cart. There is physical contact between the horse and the cart. So, this is muscular force. It is a type of contact force. Frictional force is also a type of contact force. Now, non-contact force. Sometimes force comes into play when there is no interaction between the two objects. There is no physical contact between the two objects and the force comes into play. Like you have seen that magnet can attract iron nails or any piece of iron, cobalt and nickel from a distance. There is no physical contact between iron nail and magnet, but the iron nail is attracted by the magnet. This is magnetic force which is acting from a distance. It is non-contact force. Similarly, you have seen a ripened fruit falls on the ground because in the earth there is a pull force which attracts any object towards itself. It is called gravitational force and it is acting from a distance without any physical contact, so it is also non-contact force. Similarly, you have seen that a charged body can attract the other charged body. If you take a glass rod and rub it in the silk and you suspend it through a wooden stand. Now take one ebonite rod and rub it in the woolen cloth. So ebonite rod will be negatively charged. And when you rub glass rod in silk, then glass rod becomes positively charged. When you bring ebonite rod near the glass rod, it is attracted. Both of them attract each other because they have opposite charges. Glass rod has positive charge and ebonite rod has negative charge. So we see that the charged body they apply force from a distance without any physical contact. So this type of force, electrostatic force, is also non-contact force. Now here position. All of you are in the position to distinguish between contact and non-contact force. Okay children? Now question is, when we throw a ball upwards, what happens to its speed while it is going up? When we throw a ball in upward direction, what happens to its speed when it is going up? When we throw a ball in upward direction, its speed decreases and becomes zero when when the ball reaches the maximum height. When we throw ball in the upward direction, its speed decreases and its speed becomes zero when it reaches the maximum height. After that, the speed starts to increase till it hits the ground and comes to rest. When the ball is being thrown upward, the gravitational force is acting in the opposite direction of motion, which reduces the speed of the ball. When the ball is falling downward, the gravitational force is acting in the direction of motion, which increases the speed of the ball. जब हम बॉल को ऊपर फेंकते हैं तो इसका स्पीड डिक्रीज हो जाता है, कम हो जाता है, और जब ये मैक्सिमम हाइट पर पहुंचता है तो उसका स्पीड ज़ीरो हो जाता है, और फिर जब वो नीचे आने लगता है तो उसका स्पीड बढ़ जाता है। क्यों बढ़ता है? क्योंकि ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स जो है वो डायरेक्शन ऑफ मोशन के तरफ लगता है। ठीक है बच्चों, तो ये आप समझ गए कि what happens to the ball when it goes to the upward direction and what happens to its speed when it is going up. So you have seen question answer. Rest question answer I will discuss tomorrow. All of you will write the question answer and you will learn it. Thank you children.